become an early morning ritual for Lyubena Cholakova. For weeks now, she's been making noise on the way to work. While Bulgaria's parliament is in session, outside the crowd's anger is growing.
It's unbelievable. A bunch of people who can't understand anything, can't do anything, and don't want to do anything.
These are the bunch of people. The new Prime Minister Plamen Orescharski, a socialist governing with the aid of right-wing extremists. The demonstrators outside say the politicians are only in it for themselves. Bulgaria is one of the most corrupt countries in the European Union. Today, Orescharski is presenting a new candidate for the head of Bulgaria's domestic intelligence agency. It's the Prime Minister's second try. On June 14th, the opposition took to the streets to protest his first candidate. The old governing party had to give in to the pressure of the streets. Now it's boycotting parliament. But the demonstrators also blame it for Bulgaria's problems.
They didn't really do anything, they just pretend to do their job.
She means Boyko Borisov, on the right, the former conservative prime minister. He's seen here talking with his former interior minister, Tsvetan Tsvetanov, who is now under investigation. Borisov's conservatives, long deemed discussion partners for the EU, are also accused of corruption.
I can't confirm a single case of such practices. That's why I say, where we govern, where we provide the mayors, I can guarantee that they do their work perfectly.
Lyubena Cholakova says this is a lie. Borisov himself is accused of dirty business, and that's why she and her husband come to demonstrate every day.
Bulgaria is the only country where the mafia has a state.
Its own state.
And that shows how this country is governed.
Like most of the demonstrators, the Cholakovas are well-educated middle-class people with jobs. They're concerned about the state of democracy in their country.
Things can't get any worse than they are right now.
Lyubena agrees.
They can't. Something has to change.
The protests began without leaders 6 weeks ago. It was a grassroots movement, and there are plenty of activists in Bulgaria.
Come in, please.
For example, Georgi Alexandrov and his wife Tsornitsa. For weeks, the two teachers have been juggling work, demonstrations, and social networking.
We can't afford to remain apathetic in times like these.
It's reminiscent of the end of communism in 1989, but one thing is different today.
I don't think anyone would have held out for 36 days on the street back then.
Georgi Alexandrov says it's time for a new democratic revolution. But this time there's the internet and professionals who know how to organize protests. Arsen Genov and Konstantin Pavlov are bloggers and took part in the protests from the beginning.
I think the time has come for Bulgarian society to free itself from the burdens of the post-communist era.
He means by that the oligarchs and the political mafia. It's evening, and once again Lyubena and Nikolai set off.
It's day 36. Let's go.
Every evening, demonstrations for a democratic European Bulgaria. People come from all walks of life. Families from every social strata meet here in front of the Parliament building. Nikolai, Lyubena, the bloggers Konstantin and Arsen, the teachers Tsornitsa and Georgi Alexandrov. They meet each other for the first time today.
What are you? We know each other via Facebook.
Now they meet in person. Artists satirize the politicians, and the demonstrations draw ever more people until the crowds number 10,000 again. That's the slogan, every evening since June 14th. Back then, it was against the conservatives, now the socialist government, against Bulgaria's whole political class and the wheeler dealers behind them.